All right. So all taking your questions from the live chat now, as I do every week, every other week right now, every other Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. You guys can load your questions into the live chat. This is the 100th video. Did you guys know this? This is my 100th Q&A. I've done 100 of these. I just want to say thanks because it's you all who made me do it. I was like, Q&As, who wants to watch a bunch of Q&As? Like, I don't really know. I didn't want to do very many Q&As initially, but you guys let me know that this was something that you found beneficial and helpful. And I remember listening to like other Christians who would do like a radio program where they just handled questions a lot, and how it did help like sharpen just my thought process and my ability to sort of work through and reason through different topics as a Christian. And so I now see the value in it more, thanks to you guys. I was going to do something special for the 100th one, and I forgot. It's been an interesting week, so I forgot I was going to do something. So, yay! 100th episode. Maybe I'll do something special for the 200th. All right, so I do have all 20 questions in already. Let's go to question number 2. This comes in from Joe Benoli, who says, is it bad to listen to worship music when you're working? I prefer it over secular music, but I also feel guilty for not giving it my full attention. Is this treating it as entertainment? Thoughts? Okay, several things here. I'll just say first, there's nothing wrong with treating worship music as entertainment. There'd be nothing wrong with that. I find it entertaining to listen to worship music. Like, how would that be wrong? That's nothing wrong with that. Now, it's also even that much better if you're turning and worshiping the Lord while you're listening to it. But it's okay to just enjoy the music. That's nothing, I don't see there's anything you should feel conflicted about there. When you say, is it okay if I listen to worship music when I'm worried that I'm not giving my full attention to my work? You have to answer that question with this issue. Are you being distracted from your work? In which case, your work is being negatively affected, that you need to not listen to stuff then, because that means you're not capable of working well while listening to stuff, let alone worship music. So that's going to be up to you to figure the answer out to that, because I've known people who are really good at that kind of stuff, like they could listen and multitask real well, and others who are like, I can't even think when someone's playing music, in which case they obviously can't. So where are you on that spectrum? But I'll say this too, like everything needs to be balanced with wisdom. Let me give you an example. It's true that if you were to work alone in a tiny little box, isolated from all other sources of information, where there's no cell service and there's no other access to internet, there's nothing, and you were just in a tiny little isolated box, and every time you turned away and stopped looking at your work, like a little buzzer would go off to remind you to stay focused, you'd probably get more work done in the short term, but in the long term, this would be so detrimental to you and unhealthy for you that it would be a compromise in other areas that matter. I'm giving that analogy to say this. It seems to me, what do you guys think of this? It seems to me you can have a situation at work that's not the optimal, I will get 100% of the possible work done. Maybe it's 95% of the work done, but it's a better work environment, which increases my longevity at this job and increases your ability to continue doing those things long term. And just better for your health and better for your wellness. So I think that like having an office where there's someone who walks by and distracts you, allowing coffee breaks, allowing things like that can be helpful for people in ways that doesn't increase their immediate productivity, but it increases their well-being, which has a long-term benefit as well. So that all that to say, I could see how if it distracts you a little bit, that may not be that big of a deal. I'm just a little bit distracted, but if it distracts you a lot, that's a big deal. You have to be the one who figures out the difference. Yeah. So we'll go to the next question, and I'll remind you guys as we do this, go to BibleThinker.org. That's my website. Everything on there is free. The website has not only all the videos and all the Q&As and everything like that, but it's organized better than YouTube is. It lets you could search for specifically the videos you want. YouTube's been changing their search. Have you guys noticed this? Like you can't find the video you're looking for as easily now. Google's also, their search seems like it's not as good as it used to be. So BibleThinker.org, we've got our own search system there, but there's two search systems. One of them lets you search for videos. The other one lets you search for topics, like not just a video, but a moment. So let's say someone asks me about the tribulation, and if you type that word tribulation, you would get anytime I've answered a question on the tribulation to the exact minute, not a 2-hour video, right? To the exact minute, you'll get linked to the exact spot. So that's called our clip search feature. I don't think I talk about the tribulation much, but it's there somewhere. And you can actually search for specific topics that might bless you and benefit you. Again, there's no ads on the site. This is just, being presented there for your benefit. BibleThinker.org. The reason why I mention this right now is because this is Q&A number 100, which means we have 2,000 questions cataloged just from the Q&As. Then we have catalogs from topical studies and Bible studies and all that other stuff as well. So there's just lots of content there, all for free to think about.